I guess you wanna buy a mini bike. And today on Side by Side we have Honda Grom ABS model and Benelli TNT 135. Which one you should pick? That's a good question. And today we're gonna talk about it. My name is Dennis, this is for Live Test Drive, and we could start this video, but then I look at the stats and most of the people watch the videos, but they forget about subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell and watch the newest videos every single week. We got cars, bikes, parts, gear, I mean we do a lot of stuff. And today you see the first video on our channel that's called Side by Side, where we're gonna compare all the stats and talk about ups and downs. We give you our independent and honest opinion. So hit the subscribe button, support the channel, write the comment down below, ask me any questions. I will make sure to personally reply to your comments and I will make sure to help you out with your decision. And now we got this out of the way. I have two motorcycles, I have a lot to talk. My name is Dennis, this is for Live Test Drive, shall we? First, let's look at the design. Benelli is more like a smaller Ducati. This red frame, wide body, well, it looks like Ducati. Seat height 31 inch and the dry weight would be 267 pounds. When it comes to Honda Grom, look at the headlight. I mean, it looks way more aggressive than any mini bike. This is what makes the whole style of this Honda Grom. When I first looked at the Benelli, I had this opinion, well, it looks taller, it looks bigger, but when you put them next to each other, you can tell it's pretty much the same height and the same size. When it comes to the seat height, here you have 30 inches, so only 1 inch difference. But when it comes to actual seat, the quality of the seat on the Honda Grom is way better. If you compare it with this, I don't know, plastic bag, that's really terrible. And the dry weight is 230 pounds. Let's talk about the serious numbers. Well, when it comes to horsepower, it's shocking. This TNT 135 has 13 horsepower. Think about it. I'm just curious how much horsepower first Ford Model T had. But that's not the best part about this Benelli TNT 135. Having an extra gear, well, you have 5-speed instead of 4-speed manual gearbox. Makes a huge difference when it comes to back roads or driving about 40 miles per hour. Ready for that? Cherry Red, 9.7 horsepower and exactly 8 pound-feet of torque. So yes, this is more powerful, but at the same time, more than 35 pounds of extra weight. In a smaller mini bike category, 35 pounds extra, that's a lot. You look at this Benelli and you think, how is it possible to gain some extra weight without eating fast food? First of all, it's got more parts. It's got oil-cooled engine. That's how it's got more parts and more weight. While the Honda Grom is air-cooled. When it comes to the suspension, well, the Honda Grom is pretty soft, especially for my size. It's got no adjustment for the preload on the rear, while Benelli TNT 135 got one. So it's way softer when it comes to the front and rear suspension, and that's one of the downsides for the Honda Grom. But here's something else. Well, you get way better stock rubber on Honda Grom than this ugly Benelli TNT 135 rubber that's probably made of concrete. So buying Benelli TNT 135, take a note, you have to swap the tires at the dealership parking lot. Seriously, even before you leave the dealership. I'm that serious, that's how bad it is. I guess you have to pick and choose. What do you want? Better tires, better stock rubber? Or you'd like to have at least some suspension adjustability? Let's talk about brakes. First of all, Honda Grom is the only one motorcycle in this class that can offer you at least an optional ABS. Yeah, a lot of you will start screaming right now. Why would I need ABS? I know how to use brakes. This is not a close course motorcycle. This is something that you're gonna take on public roads. So remember, it's not only about you, it's also about other people around you. And having at least optional, at least front ABS system, that's like a deal breaker for most of the people. So yes, there's no ABS for the rear brakes, but Honda Grom has bigger caliper on the rear, meaning better braking system for the rear tire. And it's really hard to lock the rear brakes on this bike. While on this baby, you touch the rear brakes and you already slide in. You know what? I like the sitting position on Honda Grom way better. That's pretty much the same foot peg height. Your lower body position would be pretty much the same, but the huge difference, my knees can tuck underneath this plastic. Nope, not good for a taller rider. I do hate those mirrors on Honda Grom, and if you will need any parts, it's gonna be really easy to find them for Honda Grom. It's gonna be a challenge to find anything on Benelli TNT 135. And guess what? We're gonna do the exhaust review for this Benelli TNT 135. We're gonna put the new tires. It takes forever before you find some parts. And in my case, in order to buy the exhaust system, we had to order it from UK. While for Honda Grom, well, you can find it on pretty much any website. Amazon, eBay, 2 days delivery. It's way easier to find parts on Honda Grom. Things I don't like about Honda Grom. Well, you know it. I don't like the mirrors. First of all, they vibrating a lot. When you idle, they shaking like crazy. You can't see anything in them. You can't see anything if you're sitting at the red light. The second thing would be probably price tag. That's the most expensive among all the mini bikes. But again, this is the only mini bike that's got ABS, and that's pretty good for newer riders, back roads, city driving. Well, essentially for what it's built for. Benelli is pretty hard to take apart. I mean, working on this bike, that's a mini nightmare. Remember I said about Ducati? Well, there are some similarities. Really hard to work on it. For example, I set up my phone mount and it has a USB charger. It took me an hour to take these two panels out in order to wire it to the battery. If you take a look, you got 6 screws that are holding this panel from this side, and then you have a couple of clips here, there. You have to take it apart almost completely to get underneath this panel. Then let's imagine this is your first motorcycle. You need to have a phone charger or any outlet. Here you have your battery. And think about the design. Some idiot decided to put the battery the way that the positive lead right next to this lock, to this metal piece that holds this seat. So you take your screwdriver and you try to connect your charger first time ever. Everyone on YouTube will tell you, well, that's pretty easy. And guess what's gonna happen when you touch your positive lead and this metal piece together? Well, you're gonna blow some fuses. It would be a fair comparison if we take a look underneath the seat of this Honda Grom. First, this is a single piece. So when you take it out, you got access to everything. I mean, you got your fuses, you got your battery. It's pretty easy to get access to the battery. It takes no time. And in order to take those panels out, you take only 3 clips that will take you a second each. And then you use a Phillips screwdriver to take this panel out. Anything similar about those two? Well, keys. I mean, look at those 2 keys. On any other motorcycle, you would have a normal key. Since this is a mini bike, they want to save you some space in your pocket. So you can fold the keys on both of them. Or maybe save some money on self-defense. Overall, both bikes would be a great option. For both of them, you would have the same warranty. Over 100 miles per gallon on both of them, and lots of fun. Essentially, you would have to decide what to choose. Sometimes you can say, you like safety, tech, you like style, well, pick this one or that one. In this case, the same category, but totally different machines. The Benelli is more Italian inspired in terms of design. But Honda Grom is something that's easier to work on. It's got better stock tires and it's got ABS. Well, and at least it's got a ton of parts that you can purchase. But again, Benelli is a little bit less expensive. Again, both of them are great options. And if you can afford, buy 2. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, what you picked, which one do you like and which one you don't. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell and watch the newest videos every single week. By the way, we have 2 reviews on our channel. You can watch the full review for Benelli TNT 135 as well as Honda Grom. You will find out way more information and I'm gonna leave the links here as well as down below. Thanks for watching. This is Dennis, this is For Life Test Drive, and we'll see you next week.